Hello, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, April 27th, 2016. And yeah, I'm still about to design the entrance into my mountain home, and I need some more lava resource blocks to finally finish the 2 lava walls that decorate the corridor leading into my mountain home. And I think once this project is finished, it will look really awesome, and it will be so amazing to walk into the mountain home and to walk between the 2 lava walls toward the elevator. And so I am really excited about this project, and I hope I can finish it today, as I only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I only need 11 lava resource blocks, and right, there was this problem. But I think I can fix this issue with a smooth stone block. And yes, so 11 lava source blocks. I do have 3 buckets available. This means I have to make 4 trips to the mine, and here, this might be doable for today. This would be so awesome if we could enjoy the 2 finished lava walls at the end of this episode. So let me just fix that hole in my mountain home. And yeah, now I can begin the first trip to the mine. Are you a friendly spider or are you an angry spider? Okay, you are a friendly spider, this is good. And yeah, speaking about enemies, maybe I should make sure that we are safe out here and that we are not getting attacked by some angry creatures when we begin our first trip to the mine. But there's a baby zombie, but this zombie is... Okay, I think it saw me. Has it? Yeah, okay, it's coming. So I have to deal with this guy, and then we are ready to... Okay, it's stuck now. Go away. Go away. You are not welcome. Alright. So, yep, let me grab all those XP bubbles. And yeah, now it's time to begin the first trip to the mine and to get the first 3 lava source blocks. That's amazing. That's really exciting. I can't wait for the moment that those lava walls are finished. So, come on horse, we have a mission. We have to get a lot of lava source blocks today. And yeah, over the course of the last few days, I had the chance to try out the Samsung Gear VR. This is a headset that turns your Samsung smartphone into a VR device. And that's pretty cool, that's really amazing, and it's so fantastic when you look around and everywhere you look you just see the virtual environment. And well, of course, that's the main idea of the VR technology, but when you experience this for the very first time, it's really a great experience, and it's so fantastic because, yeah, that's really, wow, it's so different to well, experiencing a virtual environment on your normal computer, because when you look at your computer screen and you look a little bit to the side of it, you see the wall or whatever is behind your computer screen, and in this VR environment, everywhere you look, you see the virtual environment, and so it greatly increases the immersive effect of those virtual worlds, and it's really fantastic. It's such an overwhelming experience, and especially, I think, okay, when it comes to simulators, so flight simulators, racing simulators, it will be so amazing to play those games or those simulators with VR headset, because then it's much easier probably to control the cars and you get a better perspective. And yeah, this is really a thing I miss with the current technology or with the normal computer screens, because right now when I play a racing sim, I just have my static view out of the cockpit of my race car. And yeah, well, of course there are some key bindings that allow me to turn a little bit the head, but it's not like gradually turning your head and looking at the apex of a corner or so. No, you can just do some basic head movements, and that's not really helpful. And okay, now I need to focus on the lava bucket production. Okay, number 2. And where's some lava? Number 3. Alright. Now I have 3 leather buckets, and that's fantastic. And maybe I should enjoy a steak as I'm getting hungry. Alright, very good. So, back to the surface. And yeah, this is really a thing I miss in today's flat screen virtual environments, that yeah, you can look to the side, but it doesn't feel right. And I think it will be really amazing when you can gradually turn your head and you are all the time inside the virtual environment. And so I am really excited about this. But yeah, so the Samsung Gear VR was very interesting. I watched some VR movies, I played some VR games, I even tried out some VR learning environments, and it's really fantastic. It's so amazing. But on the other hand, I noticed the technical limitations of, well, the whole Samsung Gear VR approach, because as I said, it utilizes your smartphone and you have only this tiny little display, and to make things work, the software splits your screen into 2 halves, and one half is for your right eye, the other half is for your left eye, and so you have only half of the screen for one eye. And this headset itself has some magnifying lenses, so in the end you have this smartphone only a few centimeters away from your head, and the display is even magnified by those magnifying lenses, and this results in the fact that you can really see the pixels of this display. And this is especially annoying in bright environments when you can really see that, well, the grid of the display, and this gets really annoying over time. And so after, I don't know, half an hour or so, I really had to take a break because it got too annoying to see all the time those pixels. And yeah, I'm really excited. I really like to know how the Vive and the Oculus approach this problem, and if they have better displays or whatever they are doing to make this work. Because yeah, this also resulted in the fact that all the images were a little bit blurry, and this is especially sad nowadays, as we are transitioning from Full HD to Ultra HD, and we are getting even more and more crisp and clean and sharp images, and then we go back to Samsung Gear VR and suddenly we have blurry images. And before I will continue, let me just focus on this project. I need another stone. 1, 2 here. Now I can remove this block, it can burn up. And okay, the first lava source block has to go there. The next block has to go there. And the last block, oh dear, no, I made a mistake. I have to, okay, move this block here. Then I can remove this block. And I can place the next lava source block here, alright. This should be good. Yeah, okay, that's fantastic. And yeah, so it's really weird when, well, our current technology is all about making things sharper and crisper and cleaner, and then this VR technology makes things blurry again. Well, of course, what do you expect from a small little smartphone display? But still, it was a little bit weird and a little bit, well, strange and disappointing. And especially I watched some VR videos that showed some natural phenomena. For instance, I watched a video that was recorded in Iceland, and it showed all the important natural phenomena of Iceland. And well, as I already saw them in reality, I was a little bit underwhelmed as I saw them in virtual reality. Well, of course, I recognized them, but they weren't that impressive as in reality. Well, of course, the huge waterfall was still huge, and it looked still huge, but it wasn't that gigantic as when you stand right in front of it. So there's still a long way to go to make things really, really impressive and really authentic. But still, it's really amazing. And also notice that it's very important to have a point of reference. For instance, the Cirque du Soleil has created a VR video, and you are sitting on the stage and you can see how some artists do their performance, and that's pretty cool because then you have the stage as your reference point, and this really helps you to more or less stay connected with what you see. But then I watched some helicopter flights, for instance, and as long as you see that helicopter, everything is fine because this gives you a point of reference. But as soon as you look to the side and you don't see that helicopter anymore, you really feel as if you would be floating through the air, and that's really a weird feeling. And this was even more enhanced as I watched a video that was filmed by a snowboarder. Well, personally, I am a very passionate skier and I really enjoy skiing. So, well, in the end, I had the exact same perspective as if I would be skiing. So the snowboarder stand on the slope and began to ski downhill. And all the time, the snowboarder made a turn. It felt weird for me because, yeah, to me, due to this immersive effect of the VR environment, I wanted to do my own turns, and I wasn't able to do so because it was just a video. And so this was really strange. And it was also strange as I played some games. As long as the game provided a point of reference, everything was fine. But then I played a diving simulator where I was able to see some sharks, some turtles, some sea snakes and so on. This was very interesting, but it felt weird because the only way to swim was to look into a certain direction and to press the button on the Gear VR, and well, then I swam into the direction I was looking at. Oh dear, this is bad. It's really bad. Okay, we need to do this and do that. All right. Oh, and there's a skeleton. Where's my shield? Shield. And where's that skeleton? Hello, skeleton guy. How are you? I can't. Haha. He got hit by its own arrow. That's good. Get hit by your own arrows. That's fantastic. All right. It's weird because it does not match here. Oh dear, no, there's a zombie. Can I grab my horse, please? Come on, horse. Oh, this is getting out of hand. This is, oh dear. Horse, zombie. This is bad. Yeah. How should I kill that zombie? And I can't go to bed as long as this guy's alive. Okay, go away. Expire. All right. So what do I want to say? So yeah, it really felt weird because the motion itself was just triggered by pressing a button. Well, of course, that's the exact same thing as with normal computer games. I'm controlling my movement with the W key, or oh, dang it, now I can't access the... Ow. Okay, this creeper despawned, this is good. Well, I control my movement by pressing the WASD keys. And over time I got used to it, and maybe at the same with the VR technology, that over time you get used to, how you can control. But on the other hand, I'm a little bit, not sure if, oh, my shoes broke, that's bad. If this is really working that great with first-person games, because once you have to do your own movement, and you can't really... No, you're not going to explode. And you can't do the normal way. So if you like to move forward, you really like to use your own feet, because that's your normal way of moving forward in reality. And because the VR technology makes you believe that you are in a virtual environment and that you can move there, then it feels weird when you can move forward by just pressing a button. And maybe it's just getting used to this technology. As I said, right now I'm completely fine with moving forward pressing the W key, but here in this flat screen environment everything is still, you're not that immersed in or you're not directly inside the virtual environment. And so, I don't know, this brings me back to the thing that you really need a point of reference, because in a racing game or in a flight sim, you still see this cockpit in front of you, you see your panel, and moreover those vehicles are controlled while you are seated, and you have your input devices like a joystick or a racing wheel, and this also matches the real-world control devices. And in this case, I think this is a little bit easier to get used, or it feels better, because then you have the same inputs as you have in the real world, and this makes everything a little bit easier. And so I don't know if first-person games really work with the VR technology or not. I really have to give it a try, but right now I'm more interested in seeing the dang it, this is not the way how to get up there, in experiencing some racing games or so with VR. And yeah, so all in all, it was really exciting. Unfortunately, as I said, the Gear VR just turns your smartphone into a VR device, and so you don't have the opportunity to link this device to your computer in order to, oh dear, when I now place, I think I have to place this block here, remove this, and add the next lever bucket here. Okay, this should work, hopefully. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, I can now, well, get rid of this, and then do the third trip to the mine today. But when I look at the time, I don't think that it's possible to finish this project today. That's sad. That's really sad. But maybe we can finish the third trip. Ow, twisted my ankle. The third trip. And yeah, as I said, it's just your smartphone. So unfortunately, you can't connect it to your computer and try out computer games in the VR environment. But still, it was really a very interesting experience. But due to the technical limitations, I think I really have to wait for the Vive or for the Oculus, and well, there's still this problem that they are so expensive, so I think I have to wait even longer until I can really afford such a device. But yeah, it was really amazing to try out the VR technology, and it's fantastic. It's really fantastic. I just wish it would be, well, there wouldn't be so many technical limitations due to their smartphone. And that the images were cleaner and crisper and so on, but yeah, what can you expect from a smartphone? So it's completely fine. It was really amazing. And so much about Sebbi Goes VR. And here, I think we have some time left to answer one or two questions. And the first question comes from Nexus. So let me just see. Do you think that it could be possible that mankind's origin is Mars? Okay, that's a weird question. That's really a weird question. What do you exactly mean by mankind? Do you mean the human life form as it is today? Or what exactly, or do you mean how life started to evolve or came to Earth? If you're really talking about the human life form as it is right now, then no, I don't think that it's possible, because the current human life form is the result of a lot of trial and error, also called evolution, and so we perfectly adapted to the environment on our Earth, and we are not. We not evolved on the we didn't evolve on the surface of Mars. So okay, and the third bucket. All right, this is good. Now I have the next 3 buckets, and that's fantastic. So yeah, and even if the human life form would have evolved on the surface of Mars, how should have this Mars human life form traveled to the Earth and landed down here? I mean, it's just see how complex it is to get a human being into space and to return that human being back from space. I mean, you have the re-entry effects and well, all the radiation and so on. So there is, well, unless there are some well technological advanced aliens around that thought, okay, we will now take that Mars human being and bring it over to Earth. It's not possible that a human life form or something that is similar to a human life form that evolved on Mars has traveled to the Earth. But if we step away from that mankind thing and we go to is maybe the origin of life on Earth, Mars, then I'm not sure. Well, we already found some meteoroids that are most certainly from Mars. Well, we can't confirm this to 100% because we never brought back any surface samples from Mars, so we don't have really a clear reference that we can say, okay, this meteorite is definitely coming from Mars. But yeah, we found several meteoroids that are most certainly from Mars, and we also have the problem when we send some robotic missions to Mars that we have to, well, we put so much effort into trying to make this thing as clean as possible, because bacteria and so on can survive in space, and they can survive the travel from Earth to Mars, and they can survive the re-entry or the entry into the Martian atmosphere. And so in the end, when we detect maybe some life on the surface of Mars, we are not sure if this life we have detected is really Martian life, or if this is a life we brought to Mars on board of our lander or rover or whatever. And so, yeah, as it is possible that some asteroids or some rock pieces have traveled to Mars, it might be also possible that, well, as life on Mars, maybe, if really life existed there, was traveled on board of a piece of rock to the Earth. But yeah, as long as we are not completely sure about how really life got to Earth, we can't really say this for sure. One thing is sure, that okay, now I need only 2 levers, those blocks, and where's the sun? The sun is there. Yeah, soon we will have sunset, but maybe I can fill the buckets. And so I just need to return to the mountain home in the next episode to finish this project. This would be good. So, yeah, well, it might be possible that a life form, if a life form has existed on Mars, and this life form was due to an impact of a meteorite on Mars, ejected into space, and then sent on a interplanetary trajectory to Earth, has survived the landing on Earth and so got to Earth. But it is possible, but if this was really the case, I don't know. I mean, we haven't really figured out how well the whole life began on Earth and what has brought the ingredients for life to Earth. I mean, we have the idea that maybe comets or asteroids have brought the well, the beginning of life to Earth or so. But yeah, we don't know, and so it might be possible, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe life has started to evolve on Mars and on Earth simultaneously, and as the atmosphere of Mars vanished over time, well, maybe then this life died out. Maybe some of the life got transported over here, but really to say, okay, the origin of life on Earth is Mars is hard to say, and it could be possible, yes, of course, but that's really the end of the story, because yeah, everything else is just speculation. So yeah, so much about this. But to answer your question, mankind, or the human life form, is the result of a lot of trial and error. Is the result of a lot of trial and error, and yeah, called evolution, which took place down here on Earth. And so yeah, humans are a product of our Earth, and so not from Mars. And yeah, that's what I think about this. But yeah, it might be possible that life in general was maybe brought from Mars to Earth, but we never know. It's really hard to answer this question, but it could be possible. Okay, oh, when I look at the timer, then I don't have time for the next question from Weekend Game, that's it, but I will answer that question in the next episode. Now I just need to return to the surface, prepare the lead, because I like to secure the horse next to my tower, and then I can go to bed in my tower. And yeah, end of this episode. So this was an interesting episode. It was nice to talk about my first VR experiences. It was really cool to play around with this thing. And I'm already excited to really have a VR device that I can connect to my computer, so that I can try out computer applications in this VR environment. And yeah, so horse, you stay there. And I can go in here, and I can now say, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode. Alright, I need to craft new boots. And so, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Sebbi. See you!